Heat waves in Paris have exposed the city's lack of trees. Urban planning expert Tanguy Ledantec has taken to the streets with his thermometer to measure the heat radiating off the asphalt. This area of Paris, outside the Garnier Opera House, is one of many so-called urban heat islands. Essentially, there are not enough trees to provide all-important shade. Ledantec's thermometer reads 56 degrees Celsius. That's 133 degrees Fahrenheit. 1 minute walk away, however, in the shade along the tree-lined Boulevard des Italiens, the reading was down to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Record-breaking temperatures in France have underlined the need to strengthen the capital's natural defences against heat waves, which meteorologists say are intensifying because of global warming.
The
temperature of the asphalt is between 56 and 58 degrees because it is a material that stores lots of heat. That's due to the sun, to the air temperature, which currently is 36 degrees. These materials can store much more, which leads their surface temperature to be over 20 degrees more than the air temperature. So in places, the temperature that you feel is hotter than the middle of the Sahara.
On peut avoir localement une température ressentie supérieure au milieu du Sahara.
Paris ranks poorly among global cities for its green cover. Only 10% of Paris is made up of green space, such as parks and gardens, compared to London at 33% and Oslo at 68%.
You can immediately understand what is going on when there are trees, actually a group of trees, because a single tree cannot do much on its own, poor thing. So when you align trees creating dense shade, straight away you can breathe.
Paris City Hall wants to create islands of freshness and plans to plant 170,000 trees by 2026. It's also ripping up the concrete in dozens of school yards and laying down soil and vegetation instead. Jacques Baudrier is Deputy Paris Mayor tasked with the green energy transition in buildings.
In Paris, schoolyard oases account for nearly 2 hectares of vegetation, over 100 schoolyards. So it's already significant. And then we also make the streets greener. That's the Make Your Neighbourhood Beautiful policy that I am putting forward.
However, City Hall's green ambitions have provoked a series of protests. Ledantec and other ecology campaigners say the local authorities have been felling scores of decades-old trees to make way for garden spaces. They say that by redrawing the city's landscape and felling mature trees, authorities are countering their own ambitions. That's because young saplings are more vulnerable to drought and less useful in fighting against heat radiation. In April, tree surgeon Thomas Braille shot video of more than 70 trees being felled on the city's outskirts to make way for Mayor Anne Hidalgo's vision for a green belt around the city.
They were in great shape because at 50 or 60 years old, a hackberry tree or a plane tree is almost never sick. It's important to understand that. They're fully equipped to defend themselves from diseases, fungi, and insects. And so we saw these trees being felled behind fences.